And when problems come, you don't want to talk to a bot. You don't want to press one. You don't want to have a chat. I want somebody on the phone because I'm having a problem. I can't fix it. I don't know how to fix it. And I'm angry, tired, frustrated. And somebody, please, for the love of God, help me.
This show is for the black sheep, the extraordinary people who want extraordinary results, the boundary pushers who won't bow to the way it's always been done. You might have heard that you're too loud, too direct, too sensitive, too weird, too something, but here's the thing. Black sheep are the change makers of this world, because seeing and doing things differently is how innovation happens. I'm Alicia Barr, and on the Black Sheep Network, I talk with impactful disruptors who stopped following the rules, trusted themselves, and created something incredible because of it. They're sharing how they did it so you can take what fits for you and make it your own. So hit subscribe and let's explore what's possible together, because genius thrives when we stop following the crowd. Welcome home. This episode is with Kareesha Carter and Andrew Bolton. Andrew is the founder of Tech Rescue, the only tech support company of its kind that protects seniors from scams and technical stress. Kareesha is the CEO of the Bougie Executive Agency, the #1 fastest growing agency for startups in the nation. She's giving startups the voice they need to make the impact they want with her fractional CMO services mixed with execution and a focus on ROI, which most agencies want nothing to do with. Andrew's company Tech Rescue went from an idea on a whiteboard to now being worth just shy of $50 million, thanks to Kareesha. And you guys, I love this story because Andrew had a crazy idea, and I'll share that with you in just a second. First, let's welcome our guests. Hey, we're so excited to have you on the show.
Hi, thank you for having us.
This is going to be such a great conversation because it's a really beautiful example of having an idea that everyone told you was a terrible idea and you shouldn't do it, and you did it anyway. And an idea to support seniors with tech with live people, like not just someone in another country who doesn't really understand English and is following a script, not just an AI bot, real people, which sounds like so much to manage and execute, like the level of detail that's needed to do that in a way that doesn't get out of control, I'm sure scares most people. And also people just were like, who wants live tech support with people in the US, right? Is that kind of the feedback you got, Andrew, whenever you had this idea?
The idea when we first had it was there's got to be something.
Yeah.
There wasn't. How is there not anything? Why is there not anything? And then the question is, well, how would you do it if you did it?
Right.
And for a little bit, we were bumping around into walls for a little bit. And then about beginning of the year, we got in touch with Kareesha through one of our networks, Elizabeth. And we had a conversation, and right from the very first meeting, I knew that this was the type of person to get the job done. She understood what we were trying to do, the voice that we had, and she didn't change it. She just amplified it. There's a lot of, the old saying that too many chefs in the kitchen ruin the soup.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you got to get a waiter out there to bring out the soup. So.
Well, also, it sounds like you had the vision. You had the vision, but you didn't know how to cook it, basically. And it sounds like Kareesha knew how to cook it and deliver it, and have nice presentation on the plate at the same time.
The only advice I can ever say that, and this is where we've had our conversations, is you can be good or great at a few things. You can't be great at everything. And there's only 20, and for any business out there, for any young startups out there, guys, there's only 24 hours in the day. And if you're the only one doing it, you still have to sleep and you still have to eat. And if you're a developer, you're not a sales guy. And if you're a sales guy, you're definitely not a developer. And I will say this, coming from a sales background, I am not a marketer.
Right.
I am really, really thankful that we found Kareesha when we did. The rest has just been history.
Yeah. So, I mean, you had tried to create a couple companies before Tech Rescue, right?
Yes, there was Easy Manage, which was a low code, no code API platform that we eventually sold, and then my other venture was Verston, which was a AI. I know, funny enough, right? But it was a 2x2 matrix that used AI to create a heat map in incidences around the world for private security and military purposes. That was a very interesting project, and sticking to the same kind of theme here, with our discussion, what we have found with Tech Rescue is everyone is tired of the bots.
Yeah.
Everyone's tired of the bots. Everybody's tired of the maze. Push 1 for English, 2 for Espanol. Cerca número dos por in Espanol. And the mazes, you talk to one person, you got to go back to another person, you go to one person, and then you get pushed back, and then around and around it goes. How many times have you just sat there and can somebody just answer the phone?
Right.
Oh my God. I saw the funniest meme recently that was like the voice that you use when talking to the auto response is your real voice. You are screaming. You're like,
is that woman? Like
you're not. Those phone calls aren't recorded, are they?
Probably. I don't think that anyone wants to listen to them because people are just so angry. Like, you don't want to hear that. But
sorry, I apologize for my choice of words. To a whole bunch of wide spectrum.
I think you're in good company. So I think it's important to illustrate that you tried multiple things that didn't necessarily work, and instead you focused on finding an opportunity based on a real issue you were having with your grandma, right?
So Tech Rescue came into existence when my grandmother was always big into genealogy. It was her kick. And when MySpace came around, well, nobody in the family was safe. Grandma was MySpace requesting everybody. Friend requesting. That's what it was. Yeah, friend requesting.
Yeah.
Friend requesting. And then Facebook showed up. Thanks, Zuckerberg.
Oh God. Yeah.
My grandma, I have to admit, I love the woman to death. She found parts of our family that we haven't known about since the 1600s over in Cassidy Lake in Scotland and Canada and parts of Wales and Ireland, Clifton, and our family farm out in Clifton. All of that is possible through technology. All of it, because we're all connected. And what I have come to learn in this company is that at the end of the day, 9 billion people, 400 million of them in America, 90 million Americans are over the age of 65. At the end of it all, at the real end of it all, everybody just wants to connect to somebody. We just want to connect to each other. How we do it? Through Facebook, through WhatsApp, through Instagram, through Slack, through Signal, through chat, through WhatsApp. It doesn't matter. We don't want to be alone. And that's the real thing that made Tech Rescue work, is because we don't want to be alone. And when problems come, you don't want to talk to a bot. You don't want to press 1. You don't want to have a chat. I want somebody on the phone because I'm having a problem. I can't fix it. I don't know how to fix it. And I'm angry, tired, frustrated. And somebody, please, for the love of God, help me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's so many opportunities for scams, right? You were saying some crazy numbers before we hit record of how much seniors are scammed out of.
Well, thank you.
Scammed.
So the average American, as of the FBI reports in 2023 and 2024, 1 out of 5 seniors 65 and older is going to be scammed. 1 out of 5. The average scam is about $1,300, and $1.6 billion was scammed out of the U.S. population last year alone. This year, it's supposed to be somewhere in the neighborhood of about $2 trillion. The numbers will come out probably January or February. But with AI, everything is up for grabs. Yeah. So if you have your Instagram and you have a Facebook or you have anything, which we all do, and grandchildren ages born to 18, are most susceptible to social media. So you singing in your room by yourself is on camera. You talking to your friends on camera is on the internet. All I need to do is at least get 5 1 megabyte snippets,
Yeah.
5 of them. I now have your entire audio recorded, and I can have a chat bot call your grandmother and get $500 for a textbook. I do that across 1,000 grandmothers.
Wow, it's pretty.
$500. $500 is not hard to, and easily. If you remember your college days, how much was that 3rd gen used textbook? It was like $300, right?
Yeah, it's pretty expensive. Yeah.
Highlighted, written in, pages ripped. So you calling grandma for $500 for a textbook, no one would blink an eye.
Yeah. So, and I mean, I think we should talk about something else that might be an uncomfortable truth, but like the nieces, the nephews, the grandkids, they don't have time. They don't have time to sit there with grandma or grandpa and walk through all this frustrating stuff with someone who is so computer illiterate. But they want them to be taken care of. And so I think that
if you're a good grandkid, if you care, but I mean, if you actually love your grandparents and actually love them and care about them and don't want them to be hurt in any way, shape, or form, you're a good grandson, right? I know you are.
Let's go with that. Let's go with that.
I know you. I know.
Yeah. No, I love my grandparents.
The kids do not want to be the family helper.
Oh, of course
they're
not.
tired of being the family helper.
Of course.
And so to be able to have someone on speed dial that you can call to be the family helper, Tech Rescue definitely does that.
Hey, by the way, Christmas is coming up. You know, that favorite grandson, granddaughter seat's up for grabs. Just saying. $35 gets you that favorite grandson seat. I'm just saying, if you don't know what to get grandma, give the gift for yourself. Become the favorite grandchild.
Well, it's also a gift for yourself because you don't have to walk them through all that stressful stuff because you're busy and you got other shit to do. So, Kareesha.
It's Christmas. Good for others. Holiday and magic and cheer and all that.
Both? I'm all about a win-win.
True
Yeah.
Yeah. So he brought this to you, Kareesha, and you really masterminded how it would be positioned. So originally, Andrew, were you thinking that we were going to go to the seniors, and then Kareesha, you realized that we needed to go to the people taking care of the seniors?
That's actually crazy because at first when we sat down, it was definitely like seniors. But when we did our audit and we kind of like really dug into the business, it's like seniors, for one, already have enough. They already have to, they don't want to navigate anything digital. So being able to have that daughter, mainly it's going to be daughters, I would say, but men or women taking care of their moms, their dads that can actually call in, help, handle the membership and things like that. It's much smarter to target them. Like we also just got a comment on Facebook where it was someone saying, hey, I want to use Tech Rescue for my mom. I don't think that seniors are going to be the ones on the phone like, hey, I need help. Sometimes people need to be pushed for help. So I think that it's the kids that we should target and grandkids.
Wink, wink, hint, nudge, nudge.
Yes. So
by the way,
I kind of strategized it by seeing like the need and who his actual audience is. Yes, we target seniors, but it's their kids that's going to bring in the actual business.
Y'all went Christmas shopping, right? I'm looking at the audience. Y'all went Christmas shopping, right? It's only a couple of days before Christmas. We don't need a card. We don't need a box.
Well, seniors definitely don't need anything else.
No.
But they would love to know that they have somebody who's there to very slowly and patiently walk them through their tech questions. That sounds like a gift because I can't imagine being a senior and just feeling like I was annoying everyone all the time. Like nobody has patience for me.
Right.
Well, this I can speak to. So our call center's in the Carolinas. So we're all American based. As you can see, I'm Andrew from New York and I'm here, Kareesha on the West Coast here in California. Yes, I know, us New Yorkers. I'm coming home soon. Don't worry, guys. Nothing against California.
Hey.
They're different.
It
goes back millennia, the battle between East and West Coast.
It is.
But in our standard operating procedure, when you flip over the book, the second page in big red letters is every call is somebody's most important person.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why you signed up for Tech Rescue is because there's somebody in your life that matters to you enough where you trust us with them. And we take that very, very seriously.
Very serious.
So every one of our call center agents is interviewed rigorously. They do not hit the floor live.
Mm-hmm.
They go through a standard process. We listen to their tone, their pitch. We call them hot calls. So when we do an interview, we call this, you are not going to have a good day. When you walk into Tech Rescue, you are dealing with hot calls. The moment you put on the headset, you're dealing with hot calls. These are people frustrated, angry, confused, bewildered, lonely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We do have those.
Yeah.
Every person who takes that call that's somebody's mom.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody's nana.
Mm-hmm.
That's somebody's momo. You take that seriously.
And you handle it with care.
Because how would you like somebody to talk to your grandma?
Or talk to you. What about to you when you're older?
Well, yeah, but yeah.
Be a good person.
Yeah.
The most important thing is that for our standard operating procedure and for every agent that comes to work for us, we now have 26 agents working 24 hours a day.
Wow.
7 days a week, round the clock service. Every call is important. And we know Christmas is coming up. There's going to be slideshows. There's going to be PowerPoints. There's going to be video games on the wall.
Yeah.
There's going to be a whole bunch of things. So my job this holiday season is getting everybody ready for chaos, because holiday is chaos and we're going to get the brunt of it. So it's important that everybody in Tech Rescue understands who they're dealing with and why they're dealing with it. These are families. These are families looking to not take up too much time. They're looking to get on with their day and move on. The reason why you call is because you need help. That's it. It's simple. We're here to help.
The heart behind that is so good. It's not just about profit, but it has been very profitable. And you, again, I'm all about a win-win. There's nothing wrong with that. So what did you experience people saying that's a really dumb idea when you had this idea?
No, they wouldn't. Why would you want to do that?
Wasn't that the same thing in different words?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the same kind of, the same thing.
The same thing.
There was a lot of skepticism. There was a lot of questions on the how, because a lot of the hows are the unknown aspects of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I can say this: it made it very, very easy to figure out who was coming along for the ride.
Yeah.
Hmm. Like, what do you mean? How did you know someone was a ride or die?
I flew all the way to California to be with her.
Mm-hmm.
The moment we got off the first call, where it was me, Mom, who's the CFO and co-founder, we met Kareesha, Elizabeth, Tony, her sister, and we went, yeah, that's exactly what we need. That energy, that enthusiasm, that the audience can't see it, but she's got more notes on the. She's one of those things that just writes everything. She just has these ideas that just comes out, and I just tell her, whatever, run with it. Just
He does.
Oh, that's a dream client, Kareesha.
Yeah,
Right?
he is a dream. I literally was saying that, like, I have multiple clients, but with Tech Rescue, the reason why he is one of my favorite clients and at the top, because he has a brand that makes you feel something. And he just doesn't do it for the money. Like, if you meet him and you know him, you know that the passion for his brand is behind him. I meet a lot of people where they're like, okay, I have a brand. I just want to make money. Teach me how to make money.
Right.
So he has so much love and passion behind his brand, with his team, how he treats us, how he treats people who are working for him. So it's like, it really pushes you as another business owner to push for him. It's a joy to work with Tech Rescue, because I'm talking to the owner who actually is behind everything he's selling.
And he's like, whatever, I trust you. He's not trying to micromanage you, which can often be an issue.
No. And it allows me to be able to strategize greatly for him. When he gives me the floor to just be creative, I'm able to do that. When I get a client that's very strict on how things are done, or wants to micromanage it and not allow me to, do what you paid me for, it makes it harder. He allows that space so that marketing can grow.
And it has grown with you. How long have you been working together?
We have been working together since July of this year.
Oh my God. That's when it started like driving up to 50 million. That is a quick trip.
Yeah, in talks. I think Liz was in talks with him for a while though. Like Liz is a part of my team, so
we have corporate accounts and we also have our customer base. So we do retirement communities. So our goal is, I would love it if all 33, let's round it up. Let's say all 34,000 retirement communities in the United States and the islands came with Tech Rescue. Every senior walking in to their new residence will have 24-hour customer support 7 days a week, regardless of nursing staff. Because actually, what we found out was during my grandmother's stay at her home, we found out that nurses spent 3 hours. The average nurse spends 3 hours a day doing non-essential nursing items. That's not checking pans. That's not checking scabs and stitches and scars. That's not doing recovery. That's not doing PT. That's not doing overall health checks. 3 hours. 7 times 3 is 21. That's almost a full day of coverage not being monitored on health.
I mean, we could go down a rabbit hole of like how disgusting and like predatory retirement homes are. And it's like such a problem.
Corporations themselves, and I'm not shading anybody, that's one side of it. But I truly believe in my heart that the nurses who come to work every day in these facilities care. They want to do right by their patients. They want to do right by the residents. And of course, if you're trying to get Mr. Sanderson, who loves Anderson Cooper at 6 o'clock in the afternoon to watch Anderson Cooper, you're going to make sure that his headphones are working, even if it takes you an extra 25 minutes because you like Mr. Anderson. But have an entire nation of nurses do that. And what's happening just by these simple acts of kindness. And yes, they're acts of kindness, and I'm not taking away from them. But just that alone, they compound. And 3 hours a day, according to the U.S. Department of Health, this is their numbers. The U.S. Department of Health has said that the average nurse uses 3 hours a day, a national average, non-doing nurse
like
work.
Not taking care of the patient.
Non-patient care.
So I think it is helpful to understand, because you guys started working together in July. How long has Tech Rescue been around? How long has it been open?
Technically, we're going on our third year. So we're finishing out our second year. We're going into our third year. So right now we are ahead of the SaaS-based 5-year mark.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you do before meeting Kareesha? Like, it sounds like it didn't take off until you met Kareesha in July. Is that accurate?
I'm not a marketer.
Well, you look at your revenue. It seems like the revenue went up.
Or what was that team doing before we came in?
So that was our corporate sales. So that was where we were starting to get the leverage to really start taking on bigger things and start moving in the right direction. And then when Kareesha came in, you know what the best way to describe it? You brought color and style to Tech Rescue. You brought color and style. We have a voice. We have social media. We have a theme. We have this. We have a voice now that is fun. That's engaging.
I can tell you this.
Informative. Yeah. Go right ahead.
I will tell you this. One thing I noticed when I came in is that he didn't have consistency across the brand.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel like when we came in, it was automatically, here's 30 days worth of posting. Here's what your content's going to look like. Here's what's going to be displayed on your accounts. You had an actual voice, like, who are you? What do you do? The brand messaging was there. The strategy was behind.
Absolutely.
I feel like things just became way more consistent. And when your marketing is consistent, your revenue is going to grow as well. So I feel like we brought consistency as long with the color and other good stuff.
Well, I got to admit, I was just carpet bombing. I had what do we use? Social Pilot.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I filled up my calendar like a coloring book.
He did. He
What does
literally
that
was just
mean?
posting anything.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. He was just like
like
just flying by the seat of his pants, winging it, doing whatever.
following more people that's following him. Remember, that was my biggest thing. We just kind of like played clean up, but like for me, with every client, I
We were
don't
doing like
take you on.
18. We were doing like 18 posts a day across
What?
the. Yeah.
People were like, mute. Like this is too much.
Too much, yeah. Like, and the focus was, I think, quantity over quality, right?
Well,
Mhm.
as a startup, I know there's going to be people that feel the same way. You're trying to get your voice out in a world that is just loud
Yeah.
and expensive, right?
Mhm.
So my feeling was this: if loud is what you need, loud is what you'll get.
Yeah, but loud white noise is not going to help.
Yeah, we just didn't want you yelling into the crowd. We wanted the crowd to turn around and look at you because you were talking. And that's
Mhm.
what we do different. Is you don't need to scream and yell. People are gonna be like, "Hey, who's that?" That's
Yeah.
what we
Guys,
Yeah. It's a message people want to hear that inspires them. Before we hit record, you were talking about the emotional side of it, and that has been a huge positioning point for you guys.
Yeah, super important because it's a family based business. I don't want any marketing team to treat him like he's just the next tech company or tech, anything
Mhm.
technology. No, we are a family business that has raised off real morals and values and from grandma. So we reach our audience through that emotion and your family. Like if you go on the website, it's all family coded. When we go through your portfolio, it's family coded. Mom is in those meetings with us. It is family coded. So we keep that and it works for us because that's what people want to see, real stuff. In a world of AI, they want to see real emotions, real people, and that you're just not on there trying to take their money. And when an elderly person sees us or sees Andrew or sees the brand, they're gonna be like, yeah, this is the people I want to call to get help from because they feel it.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were talking some about this with just so much AI out there. Real human interaction is is so much more important. It brings it back to what you were saying about how people just want to feel connected, they want to feel community, they want to feel supported. I mean, the major indicator of quality of life they've released many times, done many studies, is about the quality of the relationships that you have, not the quantity of them.
100%.
So,
see, the AI question has come about in many different forms. This is Prometheus. We're dealing with the new Prometheus, and this is a serious note that I think needs just a moment of clarity. Is that we have as a species, and a much deeper discussion as a species, we've rediscovered fire. AI is fire. We are in the new Prometheus period, where we go from here as a species is based off of AI. Where we go on from here as a continuous species, AI, and I will stand 10 toes down on this. AI will never be a girlfriend. AI will never take the place of family. AI will never take the place of just human connection. It will never, ever, ever, ever happen. You can make a chat as good as possible. You can make a robot as lifelike as possible. But I can promise you, being in this,
Doesn't beat the real thing.
no, I can promise you this will never, ever, 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 ever beat the real thing. Because I'll tell you right now, you get on the phone with Gladys, who is one of our agents. She's going to talk to you about crochet.
Gladys, she sounds lovely.
Doesn't she?
Yes.
He said she's gonna talk to you about crocheting.
She's
gonna actually
Gladys
talk
is
to
a
you.
Gladys is a post retired woman. She was working in the call center for one of the other companies, and she came over and she loves it.
Well, you know what else I love about this is that every tech company is trying to fire real people and have AI do it anyway. And you're going so in the opposite direction. And that's just such black sheep vibes. And it's also the reason that you're succeeding.
So I can briefly talk about that. So the hot word is optimization.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's the hot word. We're going to optimize everything. Cool. Now that you've got 30% of your business and you've cut 30% of your operating expenses, cool. Where are you going to cut the rest from? You have two options as a business owner. Either you get ingenuitive and create value, or you start cutting fat. The problem with optimization, which is the word that everybody's using, optimize, it means cut the fat. Cool. You dropped your overhead by 30%. You boosted your quarterly earnings up 20, and you ended up the year up 5. Cool. Now what next year?
Yeah, I mean, it just really when the focus is just on money, the thing becomes so empty.
100%.
Well, the thing is, but this is getting back to the point. When you focus on alpha, which is generating alpha at the end of the year for all our tech companies, Google, Meta, everybody, focusing on money will get you the money, but it will never last you the long run. It will never, ever last you.
If you're just chasing a dollar, you're always going to be running. So you have to get something valuable that you're chasing, like getting people to understand and know my brand, people understanding the passion behind it, because that's going to continue to drive you further than money. Because money, you're going to keep running. You're going to run and run.
Of course. And then there's going to be a new thing.
It's going to be a new thing. There's always a new goal for money, right?
There's always going to be another thing.
Well, and it usually compromises quality. This constant pursuit of money. Eventually, you just have to have less quality of a product or service. So, thank you for sticking to your guns and being a black sheep. And it makes the world a better place. And I think that is a good stopping point for us. Thanks again to Kareesha and Andrew for making an appearance as our guest today. And can you tell everyone how they could find out more about you and even work with you?
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Well, for us, it's very simple. 855-250-8586, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Or you can visit us at www.techrescue.io. And as a final note, startups, stop wasting time.
Kareesha has a specialty with startups, which is unusual. Most agencies we were talking about before we hit record, they don't want to work with somebody who doesn't have the funds. So
yes,
it probably because they aren't so ROI focused, and you are. So we're going to get that return, and that is very different.
I'm very confident about getting the ROI. So I'm okay with taking on startups, and how you guys can find me is KareeshaCarter.com.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening. If you found this valuable, please like, share, and subscribe, because that stuff really makes a difference. And until next time.